here with more Space Engineers, and today, show you what we've been working on. I've actually gotten a couple things done. Was doing a bunch of testing with video settings, so hopefully this one comes out pretty well. Yeah, so this is what we were working on, and I think it's pretty much done actually at this point. I've even put some equipment in here, so there's no actual survival kit all pre-installed on it, but we did put the parts for one in there. So the idea is that this is just an escape ship. There's no gyros on it or anything like that. When the time comes, you hit the button to drop the hinge, and then you smack the big red button, and that'll actually start a timer block, which will turn on all the thrusters. The large thrusters set to overrun, or override, I should say. And I think that might be cutting it a bit close on the rocks. You know, we'll figure it out later. There we go. But yeah, so it'll start a timer that turns all the thrusters on, turns the override on for the main thruster. After 10 seconds, it detaches the hinge, and in theory, the ship goes rocketing towards the planet. In theory. And like I said, we did put in some gear. Basically, once you're down on the planet, there is a hatch on here, and it is all piped together. And we're running the new armored conveyor system. Yeah, there's about a half-hour build, and unfortunately, I was using my old recording settings. I went back, looked at the video, and yeah. In some cases, it was a slideshow. So, the other thing we've been working on. We've gotten a decent amount of stuff in here in place. Let me show you over here. So we'll eventually have this entire platform filled in. And getting down into the lower section, which is where our habitation is, you come down here. That brings you into the lower section. And then, like I said, what I'll probably do is eventually this area will be piped in and airtight. Right now, the only place that is actually fully airtight is the habitation area. And how much time do we still have on this? We have 21 hours of time on here, which is fine. We will eventually put a reactor in down here as well. But what I want to do is this lower area is basically where we're going to have most of our industrial stuff set up. I'm thinking, let's see, you are about as far back as we want you to go. I don't think I actually want it back this far. I think it's going to go forward a little bit. Maybe 3 blocks forward. Let's see where that puts us if we do that. And yes, I know I came in the other side from where I went out. So let's go up here really quick. Alright. And if we move ourselves forward, that's about 1, 2-ish. That should be about 3, I think. Alright, so let's go external camera, which is probably nowhere near our ship. It's not. So let's see how fast we can get ourselves over there. We need to get that exterior camera. And we now have a reaver. Heading mostly towards us. Alright. Just in the area. Okay. We've had a couple of them kind of showing up at inconvenient locations. But is what it is. Let's see. We have it set so we are aimed down towards the planet, which means it's going to be down here somewhere. Alright. Okay, so now we had it go forward about where it needs to go, a little bit further forward. What we're worried about is how much of the ship is going to be exposed. So what we may do then, what we may do is actually back this up a little bit. So we'll probably build a small mining vehicle first, and we'll do a hydrogen powered, and basically take some of this stuff out and have it come back a bit. And then over here we will eventually end up with a defense tower, I think, in this area. And then, like I said, for here that's gonna have let's see, that's gonna be here, so that should be about 40. It's about 45 there, right? So let's see. Yeah, that should just clear it. What we'll probably do is set it to like 35 or so just to be sure. Yeah, 35 is probably a better angle, which is fun. We'll go ahead and back ourselves up a little bit. Like I said, we really don't want to be in a situation where they can find us easily. I'm really not looking forward to that. They're way too close. Yeah, if they get within like 2.5, I think they'll be able to detect us. And we have enough going on that, because if they detect us, this becomes a hot point, and we're not set up to defend yet. And this is the closest they've gotten so far. The last one came in, got in around 4 kilometers or so. They showed up while I was building the escape ship. That's not good. I mean, they're close enough that our auto tracking has locked into them. Oh crap, I think he detected us. Wait for it. I saw it go to 48. It went back to 49. It's 50. Okay. So we're just going to hang out here for a little bit. Wait for them to get at least 3 kilometers out. We're not going to do a whole lot of anything here. Oh, we're waiting. Go pick up some. We'll go pick up some food while we're waiting for those guys to disappear. Oh, they can carry on with their business. I'm going to grab 2 out of here because we're going to eat one now. We're going to keep the other one on us. Actually, grab 2 of these as well just to have them. What's frightening is that it's very possible that we're going to see them go past the opening of the asteroid. Alright, let's put our helmet back on. We're going to head outside. Take a look. I'm actually going to go back out the way we came out the first time. And close up that door. Alright, so yeah, that got a little closer than I was really wanting them to. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so now that that little bit of terror is done, let's get our light turned on here. And how many plates do I have? I've got 9 plates. I should have a couple of K of them in here now. Been making some. Yes, we got 10K, almost 10K plates, and a bunch of iron. So let's go ahead and grab 500. Should be good. What's funny is if you notice, basically everybody else, all the other NPCs, seem to have stopped while they were waiting to see which way the Reavers were going as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start getting this stuff in. Now basically I wanted to get more of this done in between sessions, mainly because you've seen me building giant platforms before. I figured you did, I wasn't sure if you'd want to see it again or not, so at least get some of this done. Let's see if we can. And remember, when you have shields on, don't accidentally drop blocks in the middle of them. Yeah, keeping my eyes open on the Reavers. Just make sure these guys aren't making another comeback here. Alright, so let's get a few more of these in. Alright, did I miss anybody or did we get them all? Just checking really quick. This one there. Alright, that'll be good. And then, like I said, once all of this is actually set up, what we'll be able to do is we'll start working on the new mining craft. And we'll set up an area. I'm probably going to set it up so that it's down here. I may actually cut this down a block. And we'll have a small utility hangar down here. And I'm thinking... See, I'm thinking this might actually end up being stairs going down to another area. but I'm not sure yet. So we'll leave it like it is. For this though, I do want something that does basically that. I'll have a set of blocks here. Those blocks out in front will go away. We'll put hangar doors in there. That gives us a 2-spot. Let's see here. Right, so that's the small grid equivalent. So that is technically enough room to get through there. It's kind of a tight fit, but we'd be able to do it. All right. Yeah, and that's using that cockpit. I think we actually have other ones available. Let's see. Not under there. Got so many mods installed. Let's see here. Rest. Okay. I heard something show up, but all right. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm thinking we may leave the entrance like 2 blocks tall and then have the rest of this drop down a bit. I haven't decided, which is why I haven't really been doing anything with any of the stuff down here yet. There we go. Get the last bit of these in. Basically don't want to get into a situation where we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. Alright. Almost done with this portion of the build. So what I'm thinking for the entrance area to this area, like to where we're at right here, if I can get the ship to sit far enough back, we'll probably do the force field hangar doors, or I'll use the larger hangar door mod. So there's a mod that gives you a much larger hangar door to build from. So they look like the regular hangar doors. They're just, you know, like 9 blocks long or 10 blocks long or something like that. I've used it in the past. It's a nice mod. I don't know if the if they've updated that to use the was it the new DLC, the warfare packs. Skins. It'd be nice if they did. I really like that skin set. So, alright, so this gives us, you know, beginnings of a base. And if we come out this way, how far are you sticking out? You're not actually sticking out anymore. Right. Yeah, you're not actually sticking out. Okay. Shield is, but that's okay. We're not worried about that. And dangerous reaver counter shows up. Not surprising. All right, you are like that. So if we bring you back far back can we bring you? And not have you be completely in the middle of this stuff out here. Actually, I can bring you back a couple of blocks, huh? Can I put... I could technically do that, but it'd be awesome if it let me do that. That would be hilarious. All right. Okay, there's got to be a place that I can put this thing where it will be out of the way and still useful, at least temporarily. Guess I can do that. And I'm willing to bring this back like 4 blocks. I mean, I'm gonna have to bring it back this way anyway.
Your battery level will be low on the next beat.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could do the exterior, the back wall. There. So if we did something like that. That gets us. Ooh. And we're going to double this up just to make it a little easier to see it. And there's a very real chance that a large portion of this is going to come out. Like I said, we're really just trying to figure out what our spacings look like. Alright, so if we do that, we can bring this back. It's going to come back quite a bit, actually. And what we're doing is we're trying to figure out exactly how far back we're going to bring the ship so that I can put in the connector and everything to feed into and pull from the network. So if we go... Alright, so if we go about there, maybe? Make sure... come on. Right, so probably about there should be good. Let's go see how that looks. Because one of the things I'm worried about is keeping our gravity level until we get a gravity generator on this place. We're basically using the ship to do it for us. And it's pointed down slightly. But you know what? That's okay. Alright, so if we're looking there, that's pretty damn close actually. Alright. Yeah, that's close enough. Alright, so if we do that, let's put in, we'll put in a conveyor. Let's do the, so those are good. So let's do that. I need an interior plate. Of course I do. Thought I had some, but guess not. It's okay. We have plenty. And then connector junction. That puts a connector directly in the conveyor. I want to check this out. I don't know which mod that's from. That's kind of cool. All right. Let's go ahead and drop that. And then there's always these types of things. Look at that. So that's actually a connector mod that I like. So basically what this allows us to do is, instead of using merge blocks to build hallways, you can actually have your connectors serve as hallways. Not sure actually what that ties into. Oh, it's from passageways and more. Okay. That's good to know. Because there's that one, and then there's this one is what I like, which is also from passageways and more. Hey, look at that. That is a connector that is your walkway. And then as you can see, you can have passageways tied to the back of it. Actually, do I have? No, I don't have the other. I don't have the other mod in. So there's an actual one of the passageways and more's mods, which has blocks that you can tie into it. But that's okay. I do like that block though. Looks nice. All right. I may actually end up using that at some point. I originally had thought about using it for this base. The problem that I run into is that you basically have to have it set up with a door or something behind it so that you can have an airtight base. So I'd have to put a passage behind it with like a rotary airlock door or something. It's not difficult to do. Okay, so that gets us most of this. We need to do the connector before I forget. I know I got distracted. I think I'm going to boost this up one block. So let's do another conveyor block here. And then we'll put a connector on top of that. Alright, so you are going to go up one block. I have to say, I really like this ship. This was one of the more fun ships to build. And we'll go back up. Now, it would be nice to have somebody else here watching for the reverse force while we get everything else built. That. And what are you missing? You should have steel plates. Do you not actually have steel plates? Wow, how you saw those plates. Okay, well, not like we don't have iron. So let's go ahead and make another 10K steel plates. And I think that's going to, for the most part, get us done here, I hope. I'm just waiting for this thing to finish welding up. We'll get the let's go. Floor connector. That way we know which one it is. And something I am always horrible about remembering is turning off that. Alright, so it's going to be just a touch forward and then down. And we'll have to put those on. Actually, no, I don't have to do anything for the connector because it's... yeah, sorry. Alright, I'm going to check just to make sure. We're as squared up as we can be. Just that looks pretty good. Alright, so now that we're here, we can actually turn thrusters off. It's not much of a power savings, but it adds up. And I think we're pretty good at this point then. Okay. So now that we have the ship down and locked in, what we need to do is start working on our production area. And we're gonna get some lights in here. I'll probably end up putting a couple lights on the back wall here. I'm thinking maybe these guys, like spotlights like these, because they give a nice spread of light, and I think that's kind of what we need. All right, so that gets us that. Let's drop down here. This is all closed in now, which is good. And like I said, I do think let's have so if we take this and we do that, just grab that. And let's go that. And I'm going to say, yeah, that's not a bad idea. And Bob will take that apart because it's unclaimed and unowned. So yes, we're going to get some scrap out of that, but that's okay. What we're going to do here is we're going to say put a couple of blocks in there, and that's going to bring us back this way. And we should have a connector there, which we'll have that run down, and we'll actually do our conveyor or our storage blocks down here. And we'll run our assemblers and refineries off to either side. Actually, we'll probably just do them off one side. I mean, if we really wanted to, we cleared this area out, I could actually put in the industrial ones, but I think we're going to go with just the regular ones. Right. Okay, so if we do that, bring this back. And what I'm thinking here is I may do a half block. I might do, oh, so close, look at that. That was really close. Right. And so we'll do that. Alright, I think that's going to be the level that we do in here. And we'll bring that back. Probably another... let's see how many blocks that is. 1, 2, 3. That's always the first block in is always a sacrificial. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 7, 8, 9, 10. And because I never like having these be even, do something like that, which actually works pretty good. Alright, so that'll be our back wall area, which brings us kind of in line with this. Actually, I think that's exactly in line with that. It is. That's worked out kind of interestingly, actually. Because what we're going to end up with is we'll do a line. We can do the reinforced ones, the reinforced conveyors. There we go. So we can do that. And I believe, yeah, they're airtight on 3 faces. So on the 3 sides, so that face, and that face are airtight. So we can actually say, drop you down, drop another one down. We can say block there. And I think we're going to do we want to do a conveyor junction there, or do we want to do that's a T shape, right? So I mean, we could do that. Not that it matters all that much. Because if we do that, and then we can run the cargo directly under the wall here. So what we would end up with is, let's go, you need grids. Alright, so what we'd be able to do is something like this, maybe. Is that because I'm in the way? Just because of the new block stuff. It's that new. Alright, so you can do that. Right. Which would only get us the one unless I did that. What does that look like on the top? I guess that could be okay. And I may need to go in and address that, but for now, this works. Okay, and then, like I said, that allows us to have this area to actually operate as a back wall. And then we have our we can put our industrial complex stuff out here. Which is going to be from that. We'll have you come out. Actually, you know what? We can do the reinforced. So we can do that. Or do I want to do that? I'll do that. Because if I do that, I can put an actual wall, like a wall of windows in, so we can see the industrial area. So I can do that. Or I can do that. I think that'll work. 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so I need to go make a bunch of metal grids. And then what we can do is we'll have an assembler off of here probably. And then just have basically the assembly array run down this length. Because like I said, we are going to end up with this thing becoming kind of crazy very quickly. Let's see what you're missing. So it's just steel plates and metal grids. Okay. So let's get in here. Come on. Alright, come on. And okay, you're still making those, so I'm not worried about you. Why don't you make just 1,000 of those because we can. You know, it's like 1/3 of my cobalt. That's okay, alright? How much cobalt do I have left? I need to check that. Oh, okay, I've got 6. Yeah, that's fine. Because I think cobalt's like the one thing we haven't found in the immediate area. Silver, nickel, gold, iron over there. We got platinum and uranium on this rock. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for us today. I want to thank you all for stopping in, hanging out. Let me know if the video quality is looking better than it has been, because I've been doing some testing with it. I have done a couple of just like little releases that were unlisted, but they should be in the video list in case you want to see basically some of the stuff I've been working on. Just basically trying to get the quality of the videos up a little bit. You know, we've had the micro stutters and things going on recently, and I've basically been trying to get those taken care of. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a long week.